Hi there, you're so welcome. So this is a 30-minute yoga class and it's a solar themed class. So it's a great class for the morning time. It's activating and energizing, but in a grounded way, because that's what we want, right? We want to wake up, we want to move our body, we want to activate the energy in our body, move the energy in our body, and be ready for the day ahead. So there's a couple of different breath techniques we'll be using today, and they're great breath techniques for the morning. And so the one in particular I wanted to do a little workshop on here is breath of fire. So breath of fire, a fantastic practice for activating the energy at the navel center, for stimulating digestion. And even though it's an energizing breath, it's also very balancing and grounding. So let's do a little practice on it. If this is the class that you take a few times or regularly, then you can just bypass this whole section, the first couple of minutes, and go straight into where we start the practice. So breath of fire, a great way to start is put your hand on your belly, and I want you to exhale as if you're panting. So we're catching at the back of the throat. Every time we exhale, we draw the belly in. So we inhale, the inhale is passive, but it's about the same length as the exhale. So now we'll do the same breath, but through the nose. So close your mouth and you're exhaling through the nose. As you exhale, you draw the navel in. So let's just sit for a minute and we're going to do some breath of fire. So close your eyes. Let's take a couple of deep breaths first, dropping in. And now begin breath of fire. And again, you can have your hand on your belly if you find that helpful. And so exhaling through the nose, you draw the belly in as you exhale. Wonderful. So we're going to do breath of fire in a pose that's called Ego Eradicator. And it's a wonderful pose to do in the morning especially, but any time of day it's a great posture. So we're going to do it for 3 minutes. So reach the arms up, they're at about 60 degrees, and then draw your fingers so that the tips of your fingers are at the base of your fingers. Your thumbs are reaching, pointing towards each other, and we'll do breath of fire. Eyes are closed. So the eye gaze is towards the center of the forehead. Shoulders are relaxed, chin ever so slightly tucked in, and conscious of the speed at which you do breath of fire. So don't worry at all about the pace that I'm going at. You can go much slower, so I'll give you an example. Or quicker, whichever, it doesn't matter. So it's the power of the exhale and it's propelled by the navel drawing in. Stay with it, keep going. If you find you get short of breath, which can happen, pause, stop, take a couple of breaths, and then come back in. Really wonderful exercise to do first thing in the morning, activating the energy at the navel center, stimulating digestion. Just one more minute left. You got this. Keep going. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Stay very focused. So now take a deep breath in and pause, hold the breath. As you hold the breath, squeeze up to the pelvic floor and then feel, don't look, keeping the eyes closed. Bring your thumbs to touch overhead and reach your fingers. So holding on to your breath. Breath is held, squeezing up to the pelvic floor. Be very still. And then when you're ready, exhale and make a big circle with your hands, coming all the way down. And then just rest your hands on your thighs, palms facing up, and take a moment. So all the time we're cultivating our ability to notice and observe the subtle shifts. And so just noticing the effect in you. Keep your attention focusing inwards. So we're going to do another breath technique. Again, another lovely enlivening technique is called Prana Shakti. And it is a great way of activating the energy in the lungs, and it's stimulating. So you're going to reach up, the palms are, the fingers are extended. This is your inhale. And as you exhale, make fists and you bring the elbows in and they kind of pull and push against the ribs. Okay, we're going to go for 2 minutes. Okay, great. So off we go. Exhaling, inhaling through your nose. It's a powerful exhale. Stay with it. You got it. Keep going. Inhale up. Exhale, drawing the elbows in. Nearly there. Last few times. Keep going. Now, inhale, reach the arms up. Pause, hold the breath. So suspend the breath, squeeze up to the pelvic floor, hold. And then exhale. Bring your arms down and just sit, palms up or palms down, whichever you fancy. And tune in. Notice the enlivening effect breath techniques. So powerful for shifting the energy in our body, shifting our state, focusing our minds. And so just tune in and notice the effect on you. Just a couple more breaths here. Internalizing our minds. Really nice. So let's come around to all fours. Somehow all this stuff has landed on my mat. And so coming onto all fours, let's do some cat and cow. And so it's a morning practice. So let's go at pace. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. So great to move the body overnight like a thin sheet of connective tissue starts covering in our body. And so we become a little bit stiff in the morning after a night of sleeping. And so it is great to then move the body in the morning, releasing tension, removing stagnation, and enlivening the energy. Take a deep inhale, arch the back. Pause, hold the breath, squeeze pelvic floor. And then exhale, tuck your toes, push back into down dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Push with the hands. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs, firm the thighs. Let's do another one like that. Bend the knees. Sitting bones towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs and firm the thighs. And now very carefully, right foot steps forward, left knee down. And pop something under your knee if you have any sensitivity. Reach up, hook your thumbs, inhale. And then as you exhale, sink in. Let's do 3 more like that. So inhale, reach up, upper arm bones draw back, chest opens. And then as you exhale, sink in. Make sure the front knee stays over the front ankle and not forward of it. 2 more. If you're comfortable, you can look up or look towards the horizon, whichever suits you better. And 1 more. And sink in, chest opening. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, hands down and step back to down dog. And now very carefully, left foot forward, right knee down. Reach the arms up, hook the opposite thumb in front. And as you exhale, sink in. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sinking in. Engage the pelvic floor. Draw the pubic bone towards the chest. 1 more. Inhale, reach up, lengthen. Really lengthen the whole front body. Exhale, sinking in. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, hands down, step back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. Step your right foot forward between your hands again. Left hand down. And walk the left foot right back. So nice long lunge. You're in a runner's lunge. Draw the chest forward. Drop the hips. And then resist. So lift that left thigh. So really getting into the hips. And now left hand down, right hand to your waist. And let's try to keep that right hip drawing in and turn in the torso. So the navel turns, the ribs turn. That's it. And then right hand to your shoulder and right hand reaches up. Really nice. And here you've all the options. Got to always mind our neck. So you could look down, look to the side, or look all the way up. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, twist a little deeper. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale. And as you exhale, twist a little deeper. Turn the ribs, the navel. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, open. Right hand down. And let's step back into plank. And so really set your plank here. Push the floor away. Tailbone draws under, thighs lifted. Take a full inhale. And then exhale, knees down or come straight down. Elbows in, shoulders over the fingertips. Make your way to the floor. Firm the legs, toes pointing back. Inhale into cobra. And then exhale, tuck your toes back into down dog. Full inhale here. And a long exhale. And now step left foot forward between your hands. Nice long runner's lunge, hands to the floor, chest forward. Drop the hips, lift that right thigh, and then right hand down. Left hand to your left hip, left waist, and then turn. So you're turning the ribs, the navel, and then the shoulders. Left hand to your shoulder, and then lifting it up. Really nice. So remember, you can look down, look to the side, or look up. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, open up. Let's do 2 more. Deep inhale. And exhale. And 1 more. Take an inhale. And exhale. Open, twist. Really nice. Both hands down. And now right foot joins the left top of your mat. Hands to the floor or to your shins, whichever works. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in. Firm the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Let's move through a few sun salutations. Inhale, reach up. Interlace your hands. Index finger reaching towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lean to one side. Have that feeling of no rush. Inhale to center. Moving with your breath. Exhale, lean to the other side. Inhaling to center. And then exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhaling, hands down and step back to plank. We'll take an extra breath on this round. So take a full inhale. And then exhale, knees down or no knees, elbows in, and come all the way to the floor or maybe halfway. Coming up into up dog or into cobra. And then exhale back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And long exhale, really focusing on being fully present. Left knee down, right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left foot joins the right, top of your mat, folding in. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Let's go again. Inhale, reach up, look up, interlace your hands. Exhale, lean to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale, lean to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhaling, hands down, step back and lower. Use your knees or no knees. Elbows in, come all the way or come half the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back into down dog. Take a full inhale and a long exhale. Drop your right knee, left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands down and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's bend the knees and come into chair pose. I'm going to face you guys. So bend the knees, come into chair pose. So fingers skim the floor and then reach up. Really nice. So we're going to do an activating sequence here with chair. Really nice to get a bit of heat going. So inhale in chair. And then keeping the knees bent, as you exhale, reach the arms behind you. Folding forward. Inhale, come back into chair, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands down to your heart. Let's go again. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold, arms behind you. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Two more. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. Lovely. Let's come back to the top of the mat. Take a full inhale here. And a long exhale. And let's do just a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. So bend the knees, come into chair. Inhale, reach. And then as you exhale, straighten the legs and fold forwards. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. And then exhale, hands down, step back and lower, halfway or all the way with your knees or without. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling to down dog. Ground that left foot or bring the left knee down and step the right foot forward between your hands. Inhaling, warrior one. And then as you exhale, hands down and step back. Take a full inhale here in plank. And then exhale, elbows in, knees or no knees. And then come up into cobra or up dog. Exhale into down dog. Ground that right foot, so heel draws in, or the right knee down, left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhaling, hands down, step back and lower. So this time I'll do the knees, elbows in, come all the way or halfway. Firm the legs, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And exhale here. Let's take another one. Full inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees, look between your hands. Walk, step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway, lift your heart. Exhale, fold again. Let's come into chair pose. Bend your knees, reach the arms. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do one more like that. Bend your knees, chair pose. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, step back to plank and lower halfway or all the way. Knees down or no knees. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhale into down dog. Ground that left foot, right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhaling, hands down, step back and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale into down dog. Ground that right foot, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhaling, hands down, step back and lower. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. And exhale back into down dog. Take 2 deep breaths here, filling up as you inhale. And empty as you exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees and let's come to a seated pose. So bring your feet forward and let's come to lying down. So morning time, a great time to do some core activation. So we start with pistoning the legs. That's it. And so draw one knee in as you inhale. And then as you exhale, the other knee comes in. If you have any tenderness in your lower back, hands underneath your hips is really nice support. So inhale and exhale. And we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. Inhaling, draw one knee in, exhaling the other knee in, and stay present. So draw the sides of the waist down. If your lower back tends to lift a little bit, then bring the legs higher up towards the ceiling more. So this is a great pose for digestion, for stimulating the colon. Massaging the organs down there in the lower digestive tract. Relaxed shoulders. And stay focused on what you're doing. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. Relax your shoulders. And so now inhale, extend both legs out. Wherever suits you, 30 degrees or up to 90. Pause, hold the breath, squeeze the pelvic floor, holding. Hold. Exhale, release the legs down. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Completely relax. And let's get into double leg lifts. And so, again, hands underneath your hips, support the lower back, or hands resting on your side, whatever works. And we're going to inhale, bring the legs up, and exhaling down. So loads of opportunities for modification here. One leg at a time, great modification. You can bend the knees. If this still feels too much in your lower back, then you come back to the pistoning we were doing earlier. And you don't have to bring the legs all the way down. If it suits you better, just to go halfway. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So whichever version works for you best. Being very mindful that you don't let the lower back lift off the floor. Keep drawing the sides of the waist down, navel to spine. Take a break at any stage if you need to. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. Last few times. Inhale up, exhale down. You're doing great. Okay, so now inhale, legs all the way up. Pause, hold the breath, squeeze pelvic floor. Squeeze, suspend the breath, hold, eyes closed. And when you're ready, exhale and slowly, slowly release the legs down. Palms facing up and completely relax. Take deep breaths, enlivening the energy at the navel center. Tune in. Notice what you feel, what you notice. Let's take a spinal twist here. Bring both your knees to the right. And then very carefully bring your knees back up and let both of your knees fall to the left. Extend the legs long. Just staying very present. From here, we're going to come into a bridge pose. So bend your knees, heels in towards the sit bones. The feet are about hip distance apart and lifting up. So you can leave your palms facing down, arms pressing into the floor, or if you like, you can interlace your hands and draw the upper arm bones in underneath. Push into your big toes. Lift your hips, chest towards your chin, back of your neck long and breathing here. Really nice inversion to do at the end of a class. Inverting the flow of energy. So flowing from the navel center towards the heart and the higher centers of the brain. So staying here, really press into your feet, lift your hips. And then very carefully, separate the hands, slowly roll down, draw the knees into the chest, and let's stretch out the legs and come into a Shavasana. So deepen your breath. Feel your eyes drawing back towards the back of your head. Feel your face relax. Allow all your masks to fall away. Feel the muscles around your mouth relax. So allow your body to completely relax. Let go of any holding. Shavasana is our opportunity to allow the body to integrate and absorb the effects of what we've just been doing. So it doesn't have to be very long. The ideal is 7 minutes. We're going to take a little bit less than that this morning. Really focus on just letting go of any holding. Allowing your attention to be soft, focused either on the breath, perhaps on the sensations in the body, or perhaps just floating. And so here I would encourage you to either lay here for another couple of minutes, if you have the time. Otherwise, draw your knees into your chest, rock a little bit side to side, roll onto your right side and come up to sitting. And just sit for a moment, eyes closed, and tune in. In yoga, we aim to yoke the mind to the body. And so it's a wonderful practice in the morning to take this bit of time and have that your mind is dropped in, is tuned into the deeper part of you. And so as you go through your day, that you can keep tapping back into that intuitive mind, that deeper part of you, away from the surface mind, which can be pretty crazy sometimes. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. And I hope you have a really great day ahead. Namaste.